Good evening, everyone. Subvocal Central here, and welcome back to another video. And today we have my initial prediction for the 2026 house predictions. And so if you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment what you disagree with. So we have 71 competitive races I marked as competitive, 187 Republican safe, 177 Democratic safe. Obviously, this is just an initial map as we going through the first few months of the Trump administration. Well, the second term of Trump. We'll see what happens. Usually, you guys know the second term of actually it's now 189 because I missed these two up here. But usually you guys know the second term midterm doesn't really go well for the incumbent president of the United States. But anyways, let's get started. 189 Republicans safe, 177 Democratic safe. Let's go up here. Start in Maine. Like Maine 2 likely Democratic. Alright, so Golden. I don't see him losing in a Dem leading year, especially since he won uh, in two red wave years, 22 and 24. He also won in 2020 when Trump won this, and Trump's loss. Golden when Trump lost to Biden in 2020, Golden won this district still. I don't see him losing in the second midterm of Trump. All right, New Hampshire districts, same thing. Trump did better than he did in 2020 in New Hampshire, but he still did worse than he did in 2016. Um, yeah, those districts aren't flipping in a blue leaning year like a Trump second midterm. All right, Connecticut 5. It's competitive, but it's not 2022. It's likely for now, but I probably will move it to safe when we really get into things next year. All right, New York, the New York districts. New York 1, I'll give it a likely. It Trump carried that district 3 times now, but the thing is that again, you will never know what happens in a midterm. Uh, Oklahoma 5, an Oklahoma seat, and a pretty red New Mexico 2 went to the Democrats in Trump's first midterm. So you'll never know, honestly. Alright, let's now go over to New York. I'll start off with a lean dim for these two Hudson Valley seats. That means a flip for Lawler. It's going to depend if he runs for re-election or not. If he doesn't run for re-election, instead runs for a higher office like governor, then that seat is pretty much a Dem. It'll be pretty much a Dem. The Dem seat to lose. All right, the Long Island seats, for both likely at this point. Um, Again, Trump won the third narrowly and lost the fourth. I don't see the Democratic incumbents now losing it in a Dem leaning year. All right, over here, New Jersey and Pennsylvania. All right, these three right here, we'll start with lean R since Trump won both. Well, Trump won all three, I believe. And then Trump and the Republicans got seats there. But again, those are swing districts. Like I said when I predicted these two seats in my final prediction, I started to give a bullish for the Democratic incumbents in those seats, but it would all depend on how the districts vote for in the presidential level. Trump won them on the presidential level, so they went to Republicans. So I'm gonna put them on lean for now, but it's gonna be tough to keep them in, especially in the second itch midterm. All right, the rest are likely Democrat here in New Jersey. This district right here, the ninth, went for Trump, but I don't see the Democratic incumbent losing, especially in a blue year like this. Like what 26 probably will be. Alright, Pennsylvania won, likely Republican. Like, Brian Fitzpatrick didn't even lose in 2020, damn it, 2018. Alright, Scott Perry, 10th District of PA. I got to tell Democrat. Alright, just let me explain it for a sec. He barely survived 2018. He won in 2020 pretty decently. He underperformed in 22. He underperformed again this year when Trump won Pennsylvania statewide. He's probably going to be in deep trouble. Right now I have it tilting towards the Democrats, but right now it's just my initial gut feeling. And I feel like Scott Perry might be one of the most endangered incumbent Republicans out there right now, other than Lawler. Alright, Pennsylvania 17, I have that likely Democrat. Alright, Virginia 10th, I have that as likely Democrat. DC suburbs, I like the Democrats did very well there in the first Trump midterm, so I think Suburamium will probably hold on there in a second Trump midterm. The 7th, I got lean Democrat. Eugene Vindman, he's a bad candidate. He'll probably lose in a red midterm year. So yeah, he's gonna have some trouble, but he'll probably survive in a blue year. Alright. Virginia 2, I'm gonna put that as tilt Republican, or I'm putting it at tilt Republican right now because I don't know how strong the Democratic Democrats will be in 2 years. They'll probably win. They're most likely going to win the House, but how big is that majority? I don't know. All right, North Carolina, the 11th likely Republican. Again, it's going to determine if if the seat's competitive, if there's a big enough wave for the Dems. For Don Davis, lean Dem. I think Harris narrowly carried that district. That seat is trending more red, so I can't justify it being anything but lean Democrat at this point. Over to Ohio, Indiana, Tennessee seats. Ogles, um, yeah, I'm starting off with likely R. He underperformed again in 24, sorry. And again, we'll see what happens with his scandal. Right now, he's should be fine, but you'll never know in a wave year. If the Democrats do have a wave year like they did in the first Trump midterm. All right, Ohio. Lean for these two seats right here. Lean for the 13th of Ohio. Harris won that district legitimately. Harris won the 13th of Ohio by like 20 votes. Like, it's something crazy. But Ohio will do some redistricting. So I expect these two to be competitive, but I still see the Dems having an edge. But yeah, lean our Ohio 9. Like, even though it'll be a Democratic year, even in Democratic years like 2018, Republicans still could pick up seats, and same with red years. Republicans picked up 2 Minnesota seats in 2018 when the Democrats swept the rest of the nation. So the reason why Ohio 9 is lean R is, once again, it's going to be determined on captor running again or not, and what the environment and what's going to happen with redistrict. All right, Indiana 7, Indiana 1, likely. Again, environment is going to be very favorable for the Democrats, but again, all right, up here in the 8th district of Michigan, that's going to be lean Democrat. Tilt Republican in the other two. I just don't know how. Again, it's going to be determinative of the environment. All right, over here in Wisconsin, likely are for these two seats right now. Again, Wisconsin might have their current this map overturned, so we'll see what happens. We might see what happens. Minnesota 2, obviously, likely Democrat. All right, the Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska seats. Right here, 17. I'm going to start it off with likely Democrat. All right, the two Iowa seats. I'm going to go with lean Republican here for the third. And for the second, I'm going with tilt Democrat. No, Marionette Miller Meeks almost lost again. Like, she's not that good of an incumbent. And even the slightest D Democratic year seems probably screwed. So, tilt D for right now. Don Bacon also, I feel like he might lean D. I feel like he's screwed with the environment. Again, he might survive. He might pull off a Houdini trick like he did again this year. All right, down here, Louisiana. I'm gonna make this clear. Louisiana might go through there around redistricting, which might make that new district in Democratic district more competitive. Likely D for right now. We'll see what happens with the maps and stuff, but again, likely D until we find out definitively what's going to go on with that court case for those districts. All right, the Texas districts. Likely Republican here in the 15th. In the Gonzales district, that's a lean Democrat. Until Democrat in the Cuellar seat. Cuellar might switch parties. Cuellar might resign due to his criminal trial. Like, it's gonna tilt for right now. We'll see what happens. Trump won all three of those southern districts, but we'll see what happens. The Florida seats, likely D for those two right there, and then likely R in the 13th. Alright, let's go up here to the west. Alright. I'm going to go ED in this Utah district. Let me explain why. It's most likely that we will get a Democratic leaning district in Utah from the court case for the map. I haven't leaned for that right now, but if it turns out that we will not get new maps in Utah, it will immediately go back to safe R. But we'll figure out what's going to happen with the Utah seat later. All right. Over in the Colorado districts. Likely R for these two. I have this seat likely R the 4th because obviously Lauren Boebert's so unpopular that she underran the 2022 margin in this same district by like 10 points. A mild blue wave might knock her out. Like it's. And then the Colorado 8th seat. It's a pure toss up. Like, I don't know who's gonna win that seat. Incumbency advantage has me put it to R, but again that race is a pure toss up. All right, New Mexico 2, likely Democrat. It probably will not vote Republican again for some time, but right now I just play on the side of caution with this one. All right, the Arizona seats. The sixth tilt Democrat, the first tilt Republican. Again, it depends on the environment, but I think the sixth and the first are very prime Democratic targets here. And then the Nevada seats, I'm going to put both of them at likely D. Obviously. Hey, all right. So I'll skip California for right now and go up to the Pacific Northwest. This Montana seat, it is lean, likely R again. Could be probably will be competitive in 26. All right, the next two seats will be lean Democrat. I see them being favored even in a slight blue ripple year. I see the Democrats be favored in those two seats. And finally, the California. We'll do Alaska. I got lean Republican. That seat might be competitive for some time. All right, finally, the California seats. Likely Republican in here. Lean Republican for this seat right here in the California 22. Young Kim's seat, I got lean Republican as well. The Calvert seat, tilt Republican. Alright, the next are all Democratic held seats. Likely Dem in the harder and Costa seats. Lean Dem in the rest. Except for these two seats right here, likely Dem. Alright, so that's what I got. This is the prediction, my initial prediction for this year, for the 26 midterms. 220 Democrats, 215 Republicans. That'll be a net of 5 seats for the Democrats. But again, I'm playing on the side of caution right now. We'll see what happens going through the next 2 years, obviously. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.